Kevin McCullough.
And welcome back. Love my coffee in the That Kevin Show mug. We gave one away in the first hour. If you did not have a chance to win tonight, you could win next week. We're giving one away, a beautiful one of these away every single week for the entire year. Just send us your email, thatkevinshow@gmail.com, thatkevinshow@gmail.com. Tell us you want to get mugged in the subject line, and then in the body of the email, you got to put your address so we can ship it, and then tell us if you want the white mug with the black logo or the black mug with the white logo. Both of them look great. I love both of them. I want to say thank you because we just a couple of weeks ago kicked off our brand new effort to try to help free and liberate as many captive slaves in northern Sudan as we possibly could. We've done this for the last number of years, and friends, your faithfulness and your help have gotten us to where we can now say that we have freed nearly 4,500 individual human beings from slavery because of our work together. And I'm just so super excited about that. But another great week. I wanted to tell you we were at 42 slaves liberated last week we just kicked off the campaign, and another 10 slaves were liberated this week because of your faithfulness and your efforts. That brings us to 52 of the 208 slaves that we are hoping to liberate this year. 52 of them are already spoken for, and you have helped us in that regard. So thank you so much. 888-342-1010 is the number, 888-342-1010. Now, if you're just listening for the first time and you're saying, Kevin, I've never heard this. What is this liberating slaves thing? We live in America. We don't even have slavery anymore. I know that. There's actually, you may not know this, but there's actually bad news on this front. There is more human slavery on planet Earth right now than there's ever been in human history. And unfortunately, there is some slavery taking place in the United States right now that we don't even think about. But there are sex slaves coming through the southern border. The cartels are trafficking children. They say that on any given day, there may be as many as 2,000 to 3,000 children chained to a basement somewhere in the nation's largest cities. These are all things that very much bother me and concern me and make me lose sleep at night. But a few years ago, I found a wonderful organization called Christian Solidarity International that is committed to ending slavery on this planet's surface. They are working currently in 18 countries, and the project we've been most closely associated with over the last number of years has been to help liberate the slaves that were taken as part of the spoils of war from the Sudan Civil War. They have been set free by those of us that have been able to liberate them, but there are still maybe 35 to 40,000. At their peak, there were about 185,000 in captivity in northern Sudan. Now there are about 30 to 35,000, and we are hoping that this year we can at least liberate another 200 or so of those. What does it cost? A lot of time and effort. We have retrievers that are going into the northern portions of Sudan, talking to the slave masters, negotiating the liberty of these slaves. And then when they come back to South Sudan, which some of them have not seen for 10 or 20 years, we are giving them everything they need to start their life brand new. A $250 gift tonight gives them what's called the Bag of Hope, and it is literally everything they need to start their life: food, sleeping accoutrement, tarps and things to keep them protected from the weather, cooking utensils, gardening utensils, fishing utensils. And the best part of all of it is they get a little kid goat that it will grow into a fully mature mother goat. They can have more goats and start a micro enterprise for themselves and support themselves. But they also will have milk and cheese and other things that they need from the goat's production. And all of that, the Bag of Hope, the food, the kid goat, the utensils, all of it is included in the Bag of Hope gift for $250. My family and I have, by God's grace, tried to liberate one slave every month for the last 4 years. I'm asking you to liberate one slave tonight. 888-342-1010. One just like this.
It took me 15 days to walk the journey back to South Sudan. But that marked a passage for my life, from the horrors of slavery to a future filled with hope. Taken when I was just a child, snatched away literally from my mother's arms, my dreams of happiness were shattered as my living nightmare began. And suddenly, I found myself a slave. My slave master stripped me of my Christian faith and even my name, and he stamped on me instead a Muslim name and identity, and the beginning of a life of endless work. My worst day in slavery is still a vivid memory. My master sent me for a very difficult job of fetching water. The jugs are very heavy, and the distance is very far. When I was on my last trip to the well for that day, a group of Arab men approached the well and began calling out to me. And then they raped me. My master refused to accept my story and even blamed me for what ended up happening. And he did so even though he had raped me so many times before that. Because I have no idea of my birthday or even hometown. When I arrived to South Sudan, I was very blessed to be able to join a community of 150 other former slaves. And as I am now pregnant with a child that was conceived from my abusers, it's my hope to be a loving and caring mother. I hold no remorse against this child because I am so grateful. I wish to send thanks to God and thanks to those of you who cared about me and brought me safely home. And I would like to ask that you not stop until every captive is freed, fed, and healed. My name is Abuk Garang, and because of your faithfulness, I was freed in November of 2023. And this is my story.